welcome back to the weekly recap. I'm Matt Wacker. Starting as pirate radio, the now fully licensed but still free-spirited KMNR is operated by college students on the Missouri S&T campus. Leanne Mentink spent some time with DJ C3PO and his colleagues to get the lowdown on this highlight of music in the middle of a technical university.
You are listening to 89.7 FM KMNR, broadcasting out of scenic Rolla, Missouri. My name is MC3PO, and this is my show, Starship Road Trip. The time right now is 12 p.m., and you are listening to the Forced Theme by Scandroid. Keep it tuned. We've got a lot of good music ahead. The reason that I joined the station in the first place was the people that I knew involved with the station. Every time I'd meet new people, I was like, wow, these guys are really cool, I should hang out with them more. And then it would turn out that they were a DJ here, so given enough time, I just decided eventually I want to be a DJ here so I can hang out with all these people more. Also, I need a bigger outlet for music than I've had, because going to a STEM-oriented engineering university, it's hard to find people interested in arts and music sometimes. You've seen the station, you know how ridiculous we are, and so you can just kind of be yourself around all these crazy people who like to geek out about music. And so that's why I joined the station, and that's the best part of it.
I was a student DJ when I was here as a student many, many years ago. And when I came back as a professor, they asked me to be the faculty advisor. The students are a great group. They're a very diverse group. They come from all over the place. They've got a diversity of musical interests and all sorts of other interests and majors and everything else. But what kind of brings them all together is sort of the love of music and radio. And that kind of binds them together. They say they're a family, and they really are in a lot of ways.
It was how I grew up, too. My dad is just a huge nerd for live music. Not necessarily this type of live music. He's more about, I guess, actually, he was all about this the level of indie back when he was in college. It was just, it was his college music. I bet if this place existed when my dad was in college, he would have joined it. I brought him here. He thought this was the coolest place on earth.
Once it gets in your blood, it kind of stays there. There's something special about radio, something special about not just playing the music, but talking on the radio and talking to the folks out there.
We have a mobile road show that we'll take out onto campus and just blare music at people, and we'll leave stickers all over campus with our logo on it, and we kind of try to take over campus as much as possible, get the good word out about that radio is still alive and that we just love music, and hey, come on and hang out with us.
KMNR's roots go back actually to 1964. It started as KMSM, which started actually in the dorms, and the students organized it and ran it. And then in the early 70s, that's when we got KUMR, which turned into KMST, which was the NPR part, and then KMNR split off from that and has been the student-run station ever since.
My name is Abram Shazapian, and I'm the music director here at KMNR. I'm also a chemical engineering senior at Missouri S&T. So one of the things that definitely makes KMNR special is a lot of student-run radio stations will have like a teacher or like employed people who are there all the time. We're completely student-run. Of course, we have an advisor, but just student radio here.
It really is completely student-run. I just kind of make sure that they don't burn the place down, basically. That's it. They do all the engineering, they do all the filings of FCC paperwork. Students do all that themselves. They do all the programming, they do everything, which is pretty rare. You don't see that at many other universities.
I'm Nathan Opperman. I'm the business director at KMNR, and I pretty much run all the spreadsheets and all the boring stuff. Everyone else kind of deals with all the fun stuff, but I have to make sure that all the stuff gets put where it needs to be and that we don't go over our budget limit for the year. But it's really cool to have just this kind of community just around the station. It's a nice escape from doing math and science all the time. It's just kind of cool to get away from it and just play some music and hang out with people who also like music.
I grew up playing trombone. I mean, it's not the same thing is all this rock and roll, but it like you said, it gets in your soul. And I couldn't help myself.
Sticking with it, Missouri S&T has completed the second largest fundraising year in university history. $22.6 million in charitable gifts and pledges were received during the fiscal year that ended June 30th. This represents a 53% increase over the past fiscal year and a 112% increase over 2 years ago. The university's largest fundraising fiscal year to date was 2007, when charitable gifts totaled more than $25.4 million. A Lebanon High School graduate recently completed 25 weeks of training at the Missouri State Highway Patrol's Law Enforcement Academy in Jefferson City. Eric Gones has been assigned to Zone 4 of Troop I, which serves Pulaski County. Before this, Officer Gones was a member of the Osage Beach Police Department. Our congratulations to him on this new position. All new troopers will report to their assignments on July 16th. A $50,000 scratcher's ticket was sold to one lucky Lebanon man on June 26th. Nicholas Odom and a friend had spent the day fishing when, before returning home, they made a quick stop at the Casey's in Lebanon. After revealing his prize, Odom called his fiancée to share in the excitement. He says the money will be used to pay off the couple's home and other bills. The rest will be put into savings. Texas-based Dickeys Barbecue Pit opened recently in Rolla. We caught up with owners Debbie West and Debbie Hudson at the ribbon cutting to find out how they plan to integrate the brand into the community.
Deb and I, we're friends for about 8 years now,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes. And when we met, I didn't speak English at all. And somehow we communicate really well. Yes, we didn't need to speak the same language to become friends.
We've just decided, to go in business together, do something that brings us closer together.
Yes.
And we're very family oriented.
And that's exactly why we choose Dickeys Barbecue, because it's all about family and it's all about the guest. So we wanted the guests to feel like they are at our home in here.
We are here to make sure that they are happy,
Yes.
That the food is great. We decided that Dickeys was just a really good, close family environment, and it just worked
Yes.
well for us.
And of course, we all love barbecue.
Oh, we do. Kings Highway is hopping, and it just kind of fit right into the town of Rolla.
Yes.
Our family works here, and so we decided to make this our home. It's a great community.
Yes.
I do have a lot of experience in the restaurant business, 10 years. As a general manager, I was before this, so I did head up to Dallas for 3 weeks, and I did get training as to how to do the brand. I'm so passionate about this business. Everybody's just so happy and thrilled to eat our food. It just makes me feel so good. I've not been this happy in a really long time.
We love walking to the dining room and speak to the guests.
Yes, and just hear
see
their great comments.
Yeah, see how the experience is and see what they think.
I feel welcomed as a family member to the community.
Yes.
So we just want to bring that back to
Yes,
the community and welcome them in our doors
Yeah.
as family.
Yes,
Yeah.
and say thank you very much.
And thank you very much.
A man from Koshkonong is charged with misdemeanor delivery of a prohibited item after allegedly concealing contraband in a shampoo bottle and taking it to the Hal County Jail, where his son is an inmate. 53-year-old Marlon Huffman came to the dispatch window at the Sheriff's Department and delivered a bag containing books, 2 bottles of shampoo, and a bar of soap to be given to his son. A deputy examined the items and found loose tobacco, rolling papers, and a cigarette lighter. The son was also charged with misdemeanor possession of a prohibited item. A warrant was issued for the arrest of a Rolla man after he allegedly made racist comments to a group of African Americans and threatened one of them with a knife. This incident took place in the Walmart parking lot. 27-year-old Travis Martin was subdued by officers in the back lot of nearby Hibbett Sports. The victim reports that Martin was 2 feet away from her and holding his knife in a threatening manner. She did not know Martin prior to the confrontation. Martin was charged with unlawful use of a weapon. A Texas County driver suffered moderate injuries when his vehicle struck a horse on July 1st. 50-year-old Gregory Duggar was driving a 2000 Dodge Caravan along Highway Double K around 10:30 p.m. when a horse appeared on the road. Reports show Duggar was transported by Texas County ambulance to Ozarks Medical Center in West Plains. His present condition is unknown. The Harlan Museum is hosting an abstract art competition in West Plains until July 21st. The show is free to the public. A reception will be held at 2 p.m. on the 21st, at which time ribbons and prize money will be awarded to the artists by the Harlan Museum Board President. That's all for now. Thanks for watching the weekly recap. I'll see you next time. The weekly recap is brought to you by Bryce Chopper, Cooking from Scratch, the UPS store of Rolla, Bayard Dodge in West Plains, and the Ozarks Medical Center.
Better Business Bureau is recommending small businesses to reboot their routers after the Federal Bureau of Investigation sent out a public service announcement concerning a recent cybersecurity threat. According to the FBI, cyber scammers have been targeting small home and office routers worldwide using VPN filter malware, which is a new IOTA threat that is unlike any other kind of malware, and it can't be erased from a simple reboot. Now, VPN filter malware is being used by attackers to collect information, block and spy on network traffic, and even completely destroy the device. The malware works in 3 stages. It installs, it collects the files, and then it spies on the traffic. Now, in case your device has already been infected with the VPN filter malware, the FBI recommends any owner of a small office or home office router to reboot their devices immediately to temporarily disrupt this malware. Now, to protect your devices from future attacks, it is advised to update your devices with the latest available versions of firmware and to consider revisiting and revising the remote management settings on devices with stronger passwords and stronger encryption methods. Here's what else you can do to stay safe. Protect against your viruses by making sure that you have secure networks. Establish security practices and policies to protect your sensitive information and educate employees about cyber threats and hold them accountable. Also require employees to use strong passwords and to change them often. Now, employ the best practices on payment cards by making more backup copies of important business data and information. Create a mobile device action plan. Protect all pages on your public-facing websites, not just the checkout and sign-up pages.